I don't worry at all. I am in Barcelona. So I will give you an overview and a rapid overview because we are, I think, short in time. So everything has been told by my friend Laurent. So next slide, please. There is, okay. So to tell you that now quality of life is a part of the evaluation of the procedures that we perform in neurofibromatosis and especially in neurofibromatosis 1. We used to have only the opinion of professionals, of physicians, of psychologists, of plasticians, and so on. And today we would like to have the viewpoint of patients, and that's very important for our procedures and to improve the way to take care of our patients. So when you speak about complication, you will speak and you will talk about severity. But for you, the main concern is probably the cosmetic impact, the visibility of the disease, and on the other side, for individuals, its impact in terms of quality of life, of course. So today we need to evaluate new treatment, of course drugs, but also surgery, and Laurent talked about that. But we also need to have as a professionals, as a psychologist, and you heard the talk of my colleague of Leuven. So we need also to exactly know what you need. So we performed a lot of studies to know exactly what was concerns of patients. Then we also work for the research and for the daily management of patients. So we have a lot of tools, and to evaluate quality of life, we have questionnaires. That is the simplest way to evaluate the impact. And I will not talk about the real impact because some of you are patients and you know perfectly what is the problem. So I will try only to underline some real problems. So when you analyze concerns in children, one of the main concerns is orthopedic manifestation, scoliosis and pseudarthrosis. The second one are learning disabilities, rarely optic pathway glioma because it's not very frequent, and of course plexiform neurofibromas, and you had an excellent surgeon just beside me. So severity, orthopedic manifestation, learning disability, optic pathway gliomas, plexiform neurofibromas, but also there is, and that is important to know, that there is a protective effect of the familial history. That means that the family has a very important role in the management of patients with NF1. Children and parents, so I will only comment this slide. We need to educate parents. That means that you must know what is exactly neurofibromatosis 1. The more you will know, the less you will be anxious, and the better you will face to the problems. The second point, there is a positive effect of familial NF1. When you are in a family with other people affected by NF1, you know the disease, and there is a negative effect of parents, of stressed parents. That means that, I summarize, children are happier than parents. And that's very important. You must not impact your children with your own stress if you are ill. Okay? But if they are ill and you ill, you do not have to increase the disability. Adolescent, 2 points. The first is the functional disability, the handicap, and the other point is emotional functioning, and we have to work about that. We have to support them. It's a very difficult period to face with with the disease, and it's a difficult period of the life. I remember that period. We were together. Yes, 30 years ago. Concerning adults, the main concern is the visibility of the disease. So we need to work on that, and we need to intervene on the visibility. And there is a very good correlation between depression and the visibility of the disease. That means that the more you will have a visible disease, the more you will have a stress, and probably the more you will have some depressive idea. Interestingly, the volume of tumors, of internal tumors, is not a main issue for the impact of quality of life. And what is new for me, and I was very happy to learn during this meeting, it's very important to educate also physicians. There is a strong impact upon quality of life of the voice and speech problems that are linked to NF1. So if we can intervene on orthophonic manifestations of NF1, it's an important point. So visibility, speech problem, and it's required to have psychosocial interventions. The role of lay groups, of course. I will not comment about that. But you are necessary for lobbying. That is very important to get money for research, but it's also very important to have an organization to educate physicians, to improve the knowledge of the families and of the patients about the disease. Therapeutic research. You know that today we have an increased number of trials concerning the complication of NF1, and we want to include in these trials the quality of life questionnaires, because you patients probably and you families are probably the best to evaluate and to judge what are the results. If you have a drug that is not possible to live daily with, it's not a good treatment. So the main drugs that we use in the trials are from the field of the cancer research, so we also need to deal with side effects. So it's very important to have an evaluation of the balance between the risk and the benefits. That is okay. Just one point, that is to summarize what we need to target as professionals to improve your quality of life, and what we need especially to work together with the lay groups: visibility, voice, anxiety, self-esteem, social inclusion or exclusion, and of course the support for families. And one of the main issue for us as dermatologists is to provide to the patient the possibility to remove cutaneous neurofibromas. And I try in my department to offer patients laser surgery, and you know that it's possible to destroy cutaneous neurofibromas with laser. It's not very easy to perform because it's a long work and it is very hard for the dermatologist, but we can under general anesthesia remove more than 100 neurofibromas in one session. And you see here it's a patient that we treated under general anesthesia, and you see that all these spots are corresponding to a previous cutaneous neurofibroma, and the only way to do it when you are a dermatologist is to have a good healing after the procedure, and you have to extrude, to press on the neurofibroma to extract the neurofibroma to be sure that it will be completely removed. And if you do not do that, you will have a shrinkage by the heat of the neurofibroma, and after you will have something that will not be very good as a scar, with something that will be almost as a neurofibroma. So it's very important to extrude this neurofibroma to have a good result. So we need to work again and again with unspecific drugs, with specific drugs, with surgical dermatology, with plastic surgery, and with psychosocial intervention to try to improve your quality of life. And here is the team. The medical team. Laurent is not here because he's a surgeon, and we have a separate education. It's not possible to pull the two tribes, you know. We will be candidate to organize the next meeting in Paris after Padova, that will be organized by my Italian colleagues. And just to know that for you that I took my first lesson of Catalan because it was very important for me. I would like a glass of wine. Voldríem un got di blanc. Would like more tapes. Vol més tapes. And sorry for the accent that. So thank you very much for hearing me.